Sorry, let me just ask a question again. Joe, start with you. 31-0, that's quite a wild game. How do you sort of sum up what just happened out there?
Yeah, just a really odd feeling right now. I think on the whole, just feeling a little bit flat. Just felt, we had control of the game at the end of that first half, and then come second half, our discipline allowed them too many entries into our half, which hurt us.
I think at both two different occasions you had 9 points laid there and they sort of came back there.
Yeah.
You touched on the discipline, but I guess how frustrating is the fact that you can look at that review and say there was a lot of stuff that you guys sort of helped picking back down the field?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, and that was the message going on. It was consecutive penalties that gave them easy entry, which is frustrating. Some of those penalties were in our control, some weren't. And that's hard, but ultimately, we ended up going behind, but also proud of the girls because even though we went behind with 6 minutes to go, we still managed to get back up there and to score. To bring it back to the draw. So, it's in our control now and we need to look forward to next week.
Just on that, and then almost 18 months ago against America, it was in a similar situation that they were able to run away with the game. I guess, what do you think it says about the character of the group that you were able to sort of wrestle back momentum and find a way to sort of close?
I think it just shows the belief in the group because it'd be easy at that point when we're so close to full time to just sort of let our heads drop and think the game had gone, and we didn't. And that shows, we kept playing and we put it in the corner and we managed to come back and get the draw. So look, really proud of the girls for that. I felt we actually executed a lot of what we said, but the key bit in all of it was the discipline, and then just in that first half a little bit where they got on ball a bit too easy at our attack breakdown, which we'll need to look at as well.
Desiree, to bring you into this, from a player's perspective, when the full-time whistle goes down and you've had a game with multiple lead changes, ends in a draw, what's the sort of feeling like, and what do you say as a player when you sort of come together as a group?
Yeah, like Joe said, it was a bit of an odd feeling, disappointing, but I think that's what we highlighted in the huddle. Disappointing, but there's positives to look at, and like Joe was saying, it's the discipline that let us down, so hopefully we've done enough over the last 2 weeks to kind of put us in the best place possible to get out of the pool, and when we go against England next week, we can, put ourselves again in the best possible position.
Another nice sort of haul for you try-wise, double 5 in 2 games at World Cup. Are you able to sort of see those sort of individual, are you able to sort of celebrate those individual milestones whilst sort of soaking in the draw?
Yeah, not really thinking about them right now, but definitely something I can reflect back on. But like last week, this week it all came from inside work. I just had to put the ball over the line. So credit to the girls inside me and doing enough to give me enough space to finish.
As Joe, you sort of touched it then, you do control your own destiny and you will know what the sort of situation is by the time you run into Brighton.
Yeah.
How does that change how you approach this game in terms of naming your best 23 or potential to rotate players?
And that's something we need to have a good look at because obviously the draw was, it wasn't something you kind of necessarily planned for. Kind of thought we'd kind of know where we stood going into this game one way or another. Now we need to have a look at that and make sure we give ourselves the best possible chance, like Desi said, of getting out of our pool and ultimately we want to get a good result down there, but points for and against is going to be crucial.
I was just going to say as well, throwing it forward to the England game, you're confident that you can get a point, whether it's scoring 4 tries or being within so many points as well, because that's all you need, it's 1 point, isn't it?
Well, it'll either be that or it comes down to the points difference. So, so we need to obviously, regroup, review, and ultimately, like every week, it's about us, and we need to take the learnings from today to make sure that we're better again next week.
Can I just ask about Sam Wood as well? A couple of great conversions, but how do you rally around her after sort of miss at the end there?
Oh look, I don't think you can win and lose games on conversions like that. It certainly wasn't the reason we didn't get the win, and she kicked outstandingly well through the last 2 games for us. So we will rally round her, but that's you definitely can't put that on a kicker at the end.
Of course, and one final one. Caitlyn, 18 years old, another standout performance. Can you just speak about her growth as, again, someone who just finished HSC 12 months ago, but now is sort of really having a breakout tournament at this World Cup?
I genuinely like the confidence in Caitlyn, and the girls are so good with her because we you know, you can see people rally around her at training sometimes because, you know, she is young. But today I thought she was really assured in the back, and just like her kicking for touch and her ability to put it in the corner. And I thought she was much more accurate with that today.
Were you surprised how the US came out second half? You know, 14-5 up, you were, you know, in a strong position there, and they really did come out all guns blazing. Were you surprised by that?
No, we're not surprised by that. We know they're a passionate nation, and we expected them to come out as strong. What was frustrating, like we said, was the back-to-back penalties that we gave away to give them entry.
Do you think the penalty count was what cost you ultimately today getting the win?
Yeah.
And then throwing forward to England again as well, where do you think you can hurt them? What qualities have Australia got where you can get under their skin?
Oh look, we need to, you know, everything's been one game at a time, and we'll preview England, and we'll look at that for what we plan to do this week.
Hi Joe, Luke from Regarding.
Hey.
Sorry if you've been asked already, but
That's
mixed
good.
emotions, I guess.
It always is. But obviously, for the draw, I get it for the neutral, but for us, we're probably just frustrated right now.
And there'll be a lot of talk and a lot of speculation going into next week now. You know, what's it gonna come down to? But it's in your hands, isn't it?
Yeah,
it remains in your hands.
Yeah, it does, and the Samoa game will happen before ours, and we'll know going into that England game exactly what we need to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, there was so many kind of periods of momentum for both sides. What was it today that prevented
Thank you, Desiree. You go.
That prevented you from maybe getting the extra few minutes on the ball or being able to, you know, get another couple of points? Like, what was it in the game? Was it USA or you? Or
Some of it was the pressure at the breakdown, and then our discipline let us down. We gave away too many penalties early in that second half, which allowed them to basically go back to back and get easy entry into our half.
knowing you've got a huge job next week against England, they've qualified, but they'll be up for every game.
Yep.
How do you kind of approach it starting from tomorrow? Like, is it focus on the positives, knowing that momentum is so key, or do you really have to be
the girls are very good at reviewing themselves, and we'll review tomorrow evening in preparation for the week. So we'll definitely pull out the positives, because I think that's important, because we did some really good stuff tonight, but also there's some stuff that we can definitely control better, and we can look at improving that this week.
Sione said it was bittersweet, which is probably fair. Is there a sense that maybe it is one that got away from you in the end, given how much positives you had tonight?
Yeah, we're frustrated. We wanted to, we came into this game wanting to win. We've got the draw now, and how we move forward and take control of that is important for this week.
Firstly, an amazing performance. What is it like to sort of have a double and set up two on a stage like this?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to do my job. Trying to get the wingers the ball, and when there's some space, I just take it.
That American attack, it seemed like you sort of finding space as the sort of forwards were trying to set up that rolling more. Was that something that you found during the preview, that there would be those opportunities there to set up players and go through?
Yeah, I think so, and I think we've worked a lot on our set piece, especially our mauls and our lineouts with our forwards. I think just kicking to the line and then backing our forwards to do what they do best and getting us some go forward, and then ended up creating space for the backs out wide. Yep.
I mean, a 31-all draw, I think it's the largest draw in terms of points ever in World Cup history.
Yep.
How do you sort of sum up the feeling right now?
Yeah, I think, I don't know how to sum up the feeling, but I think that was a tough game. I think a bit sad, to be honest. I think, we just got to take the positives out of what how we played, and then take the learnings from that and take it into next week, and hopefully put on a performance against England.
The positives are, you were 31-26 down. That could have very much ended in a loss and even winning against England. Now you can control your own destiny. Are you able to sort of see the positives in that regard?
Yeah, definitely a lot of positives. I think the main work-ons, I think just our discipline. I think we just penalty after penalty just let them roll down until our end. I think when we played our style of footy, when we played on top, I think we found space really easy and we ended up scoring points. I think it was just when we had a bit of discipline problems. I think that's how we got down the field and got scored on.
And that combination, it seems to sort of keep coming on with Des and Mayo, just that from the Wallaroos there. What's it like taking that from Daceville and now putting it onto the world stage and seeing it work like it has? Yeah,
I think we've played tiles together for about 3 years, so I think, definitely connection there. I think just trying to use my wingers where I can. I think they're definitely the fastest on the pitch, I think both sides of the ball, so just trying to get the ball in their hands, get some gain line, and hopefully set them up for some tries.
And I think 4 tries in 2 World Cup games so far, 2 try assists. Do you have to sort of pinch yourself at some moments and think, like, this is really happening right now?
Yeah, I think you do. But once you're in the game, I think it's just like every other game. I think you're just trying to do what's best for your team and to somehow end up with the ball every time and over the line.
I guess next week you're going to know what you have to do when you sort of run out the field in Brighton against England. Yep. What are you looking forward to about that challenge?
Yeah, I think looking forward to the atmosphere of the game. I think it's obviously England. There's going to be a lot of people there, probably going to be sold out. So I think just, the atmosphere of the game, I think, but feeding off the energy from the crowd and then, hopefully playing our style of footy and scoring 2 points.
Just building off that, I think it was close to a sellout, if not a sellout today. Yep. Like Manchester was, I think, 10,000.
Yep.
How have you found that this sort of energy in terms of it has sort of boosted your own game and sort of how you've embraced it?
Yeah, I think I like to feed off that energy of the crowd, whether it's in our favour or not. But I think the crowds have been good. Haven't played in front of so many people, but definitely trying to feed off the energy, feed energy off the crowd, and then use it for the good of the team.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Caitlyn.
Thank you.